I'm just using a magnifying glass to make the printing on the page appear larger or bring it closer. And a magnifying glass is not the only thing that will bring things closer. You know as well as I do that a pair of binoculars will do that for you, and so will a telescope bring things closer. In fact, if you have two magnifying glasses, you can make your own telescope. But the magnifiers should be of different power. What do I mean? Well, look, here are two magnifying glasses. We're looking through them both at the printing on the page, and although the one on the left has the larger diameter, it is in fact a weaker magnifier. It doesn't magnify the letters as much as the little one on the right. Once you've established that, you say, right, I'm going to use the smaller, more powerful one for the eyepiece and the larger, weaker magnifier for the front of the telescope. Now, normally a telescope has magnifying glasses in a tube, but they don't have to be in a tube. They can be sitting on the table. In fact, I'll start by placing this larger, weaker magnifying glass there on the ruler, and I know that that will magnify things, bring things closer, even if they're in the distance, like that jack-in-the-box over on the other side of the studio. When I look through this magnifier, it'll make it appear closer, but I'll also notice something else about it. Have a look at this. There it is. It's upside down. Now, if I put the second magnifier, the more powerful, smaller one, in position there, you'll notice that that upside-down image of the jack-in-the-box is even closer or larger. So we've made a telescope. There it is, sitting on the table. But it would be rather awkward to carry around with you, wouldn't it? Because you've got magnifying glasses, ruler, plasticine, not very convenient at all. Well, what we can do is to put those magnifiers or similar ones into a tube, and then it's much more convenient. Now, we need to start with two different magnifiers of different power. I won't use that big one there because it's a little awkward to put in these tubes, but I'll use another one that's also fairly weak in its magnification. And the one that I'm going to use came from a box that originally contained 35mm slides. Sometimes these slides come back in a box with a magnifier on the top. Now, all I did was to cut that out with a pair of scissors, and there it is. Now, if I check the two magnifiers again with the printing, you can see that quite clearly that one there is more powerful, this one is weaker. So we use the one on the right for the front of the telescope. Now, the tube that I'll use, as you saw a moment ago, is a cardboard tube from lunch wrap or aluminium foil. Now, the problem is if you use a fixed tube, it's okay for things at a certain distance away, but not others, because you can't adjust the distance between the magnifying glasses. You can't focus it. So it's much more convenient to find two cardboard tubes, one which slips inside the other. And that makes a tube which varies in length. All we need to do now is to attach the magnifiers to the ends of the telescope. Front end of the telescope, that's where we put the weaker of the two magnifiers, and I'll hold it in place with a rim of cardboard and some sticky tape. Just drop it over the end there and press down, and that's done. Now, on the other end, I've already placed a smaller, more powerful magnifier. All I need to do now is to hold my telescope up to the eye, move it backwards and forwards until I bring into focus distant objects. Aha! Look at that. A bunch of flowers. Once again, upside down. And I can use it to look at all sorts of things. The only disadvantage with this sort of telescope is that it turns things upside down. If you like seeing your sailing boats and football matches the right way up, you'll need to either build another sort of telescope with different kinds of magnifiers or look at them this way, with you upside down. And then, I don't believe it. You know what I can see? Come and have a look.